Hey everybody, it's Brooke with the Buttered Home, and we are back today with another cold weather covered favorite. Okay, I've got the liner in my crock pot here and ready. And to that, I'm gonna add 2 large chicken breasts, probably about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of chicken. Just follow your heart here and go with what you want as far as chicken. Now, since I've handled that chicken, I'm gonna wash my hands really quickly in hot, soapy water. Ooh, handling chicken always makes me nervous. Chicken, any kind of poultry really, chicken, duck, turkey, all of it makes me good and nervous. So I try to stop what I'm doing and go ahead and wash my hands. Okay, now to the pot we've added our chicken. It's real simple. Like I said, it's a dump and go recipe. So at this point I like to go ahead and add in my green bell pepper and my onion. And I got roughly 1/2 cup of each. Again, follow your heart here as well. Now, because I've got my chicken on the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and salt all of this to taste. I usually do about probably 2 teaspoons, not 2 teaspoons, but probably a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. So that is 2 total teaspoons. But we're going to be adding a lot of flavor in a lot of other ways too. And to this, we're going to add in about 2 teaspoons of chili powder because we want it to taste like chili. And I like to do this right over the chicken. And we do leave the chicken whole for this as well. And then I'm going to be adding in about 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Maybe a little more. Danny really likes garlic, so we go for it. We go all in with the garlic. Now to this, we're going to be adding a whole cup or 8 ounces of tomato sauce. You don't want it too tomatoey, so that's why it only calls for about 1 cup. And then about 1 cup of whole kernel corn, and yes, I leave some of the juices in there. Then we want a whole can of diced tomatoes not drained, and then a whole can of green chilies, a whole 4-ounce can of green chilies, and I like to get all those guys in there. And then I have 1 14.5-ounce can of black beans that have been rinsed and drained. And then I'm just going to give all this just, a slight stir. We want everything to kind of just on the top somewhat come together. And then to this, we're going to add 4 cups of chicken broth. See what I mean about it being a dump and go recipe? So this is a soup. If you wanted it more like a stew, you could back off on some of the chicken broth. It's just up to you. So just to go over all of that again, we've got about 1/2 cup of diced onions, any color. We have about 1/2 cup of diced green or whatever color you want to use, bell pepper. Then we have a can of rinsed and drained black beans. We have about 1 pound and a half of uncooked chicken breast left whole. We have 4 ounces of green chilies, 8 ounces of tomato sauce, 1 whole can, undrained, of diced tomatoes, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, salt and pepper to taste, and 4 cups of chicken broth. Now, I am going to take this and put it in my crock pot, and we're going to cook it on low for about 6 to 8 hours. Somewhere between the 6 and 8 hour time mark, I'm going to take the chicken out and shred it with 2 forks and then pop it back in for about 15 to 30 more minutes just so it can shred and soak up all that flavor. Then if you don't have crispy tortilla strips to eat with this. We have another video over at the Buttered Home that you can check out to show you how to make those tortilla strips right at home, and we'll share that link with you in this video as well. So let's, well, for me, it's going to be a long time, but for you, it's going to be real quick. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody, we're back. We finished our 4-hour cook time on high. You could certainly do this for 6 to 8 hours on low if you wanted to, if you have plenty of time, if you put this together in the mornings before you head out for your day. We are going to show you how perfect it came out. So at the end of my 4-hour cook time, I took the chicken out and I shredded it with 2 forks, then put it back in. Then I set my kitchen timer for 15 minutes and I left the unit on high. That allowed the chicken, once shredded, to come together with all those wonderful flavors that we put in there. And y'all, I just wish you would look at how perfect this is. You've got those beans and those fresh vegetables, that chicken, the corn, everything in it is perfect, and it is a flavor explosion of just perfection, and it's super hot. I mean, it just got done. So I'm gonna skin my whole mouth just to try it for y'all, but I know it's good. I make this over and over again, and it never ever disappoints. It's so hot though. Oh. Well, I lost half of it. Hang on. It's perfect. Everything about it, that chicken is cooked perfectly. And that 15-minute soak time on high, soak time, don't you like that? It just really adds to it. My beans are cooked perfectly. And it's got a really nice consistency to it. It's like a soup, but it's like a stew too. By not draining all the things that we added to it, that added flavor and starch and gave us a really nice consistency to that broth in here. We like to dress this up with cheese and sour cream and guacamole. And, oh, I almost forgot. Hold on, let's go back overhead so I can show you. I made these homemade tortilla strips, and that recipe can also be found at thebutteredhome.com. So we dress it up all nice and pretty with those, and that adds a little texture and a little crunch to what we got going on in there too. Okay, let's get a little more. I'll try a smaller bite. This time it won't be so hot. Still hot. That burst of tomato, that nice rich broth, it's just fantastic. It's everything that you want in a comfort bowl of delicious and slightly Mexican bowl of soup for this time of year. So this recipe, like all of our others, can be found over at thebutteredhome.com. You get those for free. Nice printable recipe with room for you to make notes and add to your own recipe book so that you can take this recipe and make it your own. Also, make sure you're following us on all of our social channels. We have a real good time and we want you here with us no matter what we're doing. And as always, if you want all of our videos in one convenient place, head over to YouTube and search for The Buttered Home. When you find us, hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified when we drop new videos like this one. Oh, and hit the little bell too, and it will notify you every time we post a new video. As usual, from the Buttered Home to your home, we sure love y'all. Bye.